Gloria Cumplido is a 58-year-old free-spirited woman who has been divorced for 13 years and is living on her own. Her two grown-up children, Ana and Pedro, have already moved out and are busy with their own lives. Oftentimes, she calls them to keep in touch with them. At the moment, Pedro's hands are full taking care of his infant, while Ana is busy with her yoga classes. During her visit to Ana introduces her to her boyfriend Theo. Gloria lives in a small apartment with a poor sound insulation system and is constantly disturbed by her drug user upstairs neighbor. She works in an office, but her work life fails to excite her. Despite being a divorcee, she refuses to stay all alone in her apartment for the rest of her life. So, on the weekends, she frequents the singles nightclub in Santiago, looking for love and a one-night stand. Gloria is a story set in Santiago and centered on Gloria, a free-spirited older woman, and the realities of her whirlwind relationship with a former naval officer whom she meets out in the clubs. Gloria is a divorcee whose children are now grown-ups. She decides that she doesn't want to lead a solitary life, and one day, her hopes of being with someone suddenly light up. Now, back to the movie. One day, while dancing in the club, her eyes catch Rodolfo intently gazing at her. He approaches her and strikes a conversation with her, asking if she is always happy. She answers that like everybody, she's not happy all the time. Turns out, Rodolfo himself is a divorcee. It's been just over a year since he's been divorced. Gloria and Rodolfo immediately form a connection. With a little bit of dancing and flirting, their day ends with a steamy night together. A few days later, she gets a call from Rodolfo asking her out for a lunch. There, he expresses his feelings toward her and then makes Gloria blush. Just then, he receives a call from his ex-wife Susana. Despite being divorced from his wife, he still has his responsibilities towards his little girls. Rodolfo's daughters and Gloria's children are of the same age. However, he financially supports his ex-wife and the daughters. During lunch, he opens up to her about his past when he weighed 117 kilos and the time he had to undergo surgery. After that day, Rodolfo takes Gloria on a date to Vertigo Park, the one amusement park he owns. There, Gloria rides the bungee swing and Rodolfo teaches her to shoot the paintball. They've developed a deeper relationship and often they make love with each other. Gloria could talk to Rodolfo about anything and he would listen to her intently. Rodolfo would also write poetry for Gloria and that would make her emotional. However, she is saddened by the fact that he still has not told his daughters about her. She feels as if Rodolfo has his daughters as his first priority and that she's not even important in his life. He tells him that she really can't understand why he won't tell them about her. He assures her that she is as important in his life as his daughters. Rodolfo explains to her that even though his girls are physically grown up, they are still not at the level where they can understand his feelings for her. He thinks that this would only create problems in the father-daughter relationship, and his girls would criticize him for being in a relationship at such an old age. Deep in the night, Gloria wakes up to the rattling noise just outside her apartment door. It seems like someone is trying to open the door. After the noise dies down, she opens the door and finds a small package in her doormat. Funny enough, the package contains weed. The next morning, she goes to make a complaint against her upstairs neighbor. She's told that the man got confused and thought that it was his apartment. On the day of Pedro's birthday, Gloria brings Rodolfo to her son's place. Gabriel, Gloria's ex-husband, Flavia, Gabriel's wife, and Ana have come to Pedro's apartment for his birthday celebration too. Gloria introduces Rodolfo as her partner to them, and Rodolfo is heartily welcomed by the people there. When Pedro asks him about his life before opening the amusement park, Rodolfo tells him that he was in the Navy for several years. Soon, Gloria and Gabriel had too many drinks and get caught up in recollecting their past days while looking at the old family photographs. Rodolfo looks unsettled while looking at Gloria and Gabriel. While they were busy taking photos, Rodolfo receives a phone call and he quietly leaves. Meanwhile, Gloria fails to notice Rodolfo's absence, and she thought that Rodolfo was in the washroom. Not seeing him around after quite a while, they look for him in the whole apartment, but they still could not find him. She tries calling him, but is directed to the voice message. She leaves a message to call her as she's worried for him. After that, she eventually decides to go home. However, that night, she couldn't sleep a wink. The next morning, she goes to the office, but she couldn't focus on her work. Soon enough, she gets several calls from Rodolfo. She answers his call and tells him that she's working, but she does not talk any further. After her workday is ended, she finds Rodolfo waiting for her in the parking lot. He begs her to listen to him. Gloria expresses her dissatisfaction with the way Rodolfo behaved the other day. The The previous day, while she took him to introduce him to her family, he had disappeared without a word, leaving Gloria embarrassed in front of the people. Rodolfo clarifies that it has not been an easy situation for him as well. He continues and tells her that she paid no attention to him that day, which made him sick, and on top of that, his daughters called him. The mention of his daughters has really pushed her button. She then opens her car trunk and hands him his paintball gun bag. He puts the bag back into the trunk and tries to stop her, but she just drives off. After that day, she sometimes goes to Pedro's place to spend time with her grandchild. She continues participating in social gatherings. However, she could not enjoy it as much as she used to do. She still feels lonely. At home, she has developed a habit of smoking weed. A few days later, she goes for an eye checkup. The test result shows that she has developed glaucoma, and if it's not taken care of, her vision could deteriorate, which might hinder her daily life. The doctor prescribes her an eye drop that she must continue for life. Gloria drives Anna to the airport as she's leaving for Sweden to live with her boyfriend. Anna does not allow Gloria to see her off, and she insists her mom leave from the airport entrance gate. Despite her daughter's disapproval, she parks her car in the airport parking lot and goes to see Anna for one last time. Then, she takes a look at her daughter from a distance. Later that day, she's once again disturbed by her upstairs neighbor. She goes to get herself a cup of coffee while her phone rings non-stop the whole day. However, she just ignores all the calls. She then roams around the mall, and after a while, she finally picks up the call. Next, Rodolfo brings Gloria to a luxury seaside hotel in Vienna. While Gloria is in the washroom, she hears the conversation between Rodolfo and his daughter. His daughter has called to inform him about Susanna's accident and to ask him to return back immediately. He tells her that he can't come right away as he has things that need to be done. Gloria comes out of the washroom and asks him about the call. He honestly tells her about his ex-wife's incident, but still promises her that he's not going to ruin their moment this time. She grabs up her bag in order to leave, but Rodolfo calls out her name to stop her. She strips by the door and they end up making love. That night during dinner, Gloria curiously asks if they should travel to the south for 10 days, from the Caribbean to Cuba. All this time, Rodolfo's phone has been vibrating, distracting him. Gloria takes the phone and drops it into the bowl of soup and laughs hysterically. He does not know how to react in this situation. He pulls out his phone and wipes it with a napkin. He then kisses Gloria deeply and excuses himself for a moment. Gloria keeps on waiting, but Rodolfo does not return, so she goes to look for him. She even searches the men's room, but can't find him. Eventually, she returns back to her hotel room and is totally devastated when she couldn't find Rodolfo's things in the room. He's left her once again. She heads to the bar for drinks and then ends up at the casino where she meets Marcial. Things advance very quickly between them and they roam around the city in each other's arms. Next, Gloria wakes up by the beach all alone in the morning. She returns back to her hotel and asks the receptionist if Rodolfo has come back. The receptionist tells her that Mr. Rodolfo Fernandez has not checked out yet, and the checkout time is in 20 minutes, so she needs to pay before that. But since she has no mobile phone or money on her, she requests the receptionist to make a call in Santiago. After a while, Victoria comes to the hotel. She has brought Gloria's purse, which she hands over to Gloria. After sorting things in the hotel, they both return back to Santiago on the bus. Next, Gloria is welcomed home by the cat. It's her upstairs neighbor's cat that frequently pops up in her apartment, and she had always hated this cat. But today, she does not chase the cat away and tells Victoria to let the cat be. Over the next few days, she takes care of the cat and has grown fond of it. Meanwhile, Rodolfo continues calling her on the landline, but she never responds to any of his calls. One day, while cleaning her car, she notices Rodolfo's paintball gun bag in her car trunk, but she dumps the bag in the garbage bin. That afternoon, she receives Rodolfo's call but says nothing. Meanwhile, on the other end of the phone, Rodolfo is begging Gloria to give their relationship a chance. Infuriated, she removes the line from the phone. Just then, there is a knock on her door, and there's her upstairs neighbor standing outside the door. He's come in search of his cat. After picking up the cat from her room, he inquires if she has found his package the other day. She replies saying she hasn't. Later that day, Gloria gets her hair done and puts on her best dress. As she's about to drive away, she stops by the garbage bin, fetches the bag, and puts it into her car. She then goes to Rodolfo's house and parks the car at a certain distance away from the house. She then waits for him to show up, and moments later, Rodolfo finally comes home with his hands full of grocery bags. She comes out of the car with the paintball gun in her hand. Just when he sees her and calls her name, she starts shooting the paintballs at his house and then at him. This commotion causes his daughters and Susana to come out of the house. Seeing Rodolfo groaning in pain, they start cursing at Gloria as she walks away. After driving for a while, she laughs to herself for quite some time, feeling totally satisfied. Later that evening, she attends a wedding where she greets the host with warm hugs. She settles at a table and starts gulping down the drinks. Many people ask her for a dance, but she seems uninterested. She declines the invitation to dance and sits enjoying the Gloria song being played. When the event host signals her to join the dance floor, she slowly walks towards the dance floor. Her body begins grooving to the music, and she eventually dances with all her heart. That was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. If you want to see another recap, check out this video next.